Uh, Bitcoin. Another video about Bitcoin. But this time I thought I would give it a kind of like a philosophical or, kind of wisdom-filled video. Okay, wisdom in the sense my limited understanding of human beings. Now, I was thinking about, every time, because I type on Google and I check the news, and so kind of Google kind of knows what I'm searching for. So obviously Bitcoin news updates, it keeps throwing on my face and puts it right in front of my feed. So I was thinking, this Bitcoin mania, just trying to evaluate why is this so popular? Why is this so talked about? And then I realized Bitcoin actually reflects the human characteristics or the human personality. It's nothing but a reflection of a human being. So what do I mean by that? I wrote down 5 things that we can understand about human beings through Bitcoin. Okay? Now, maybe I'll put the timestamp below. Listen to all the 5 points and you tell me which one you agree with, which one you don't agree with, and if in case I've missed any 5 points, means out of the 5 points, if I missed anything, you put them down below. Maybe I'll make a part 2 of this video. So the first characteristic of human beings, Bitcoin kind of reveals as to why, it reveals that people want an easy life. People want easy money. People want easy success. Now, I know what you'll say, Loy, the people who made money were people who invested in 2003, they waited 20 years. Now, I'm not talking of those people who were early adopters. I'm talking of the people who are running behind Bitcoin, talking about Bitcoin, being obsessed about Bitcoin right now. The people who got into it. Who are these people and why are they getting into it? They're getting into it for what? Joining the revolution? They're getting into it to be future-proof? No. They're getting into it so that they can make some quick and easy money. For example, you put 100,000 in the bank. What are the chances that you'll become 500,000? Very slim, right? You'll have to, even if you were 30 or 40 years, maybe then it might become 500,000. But Bitcoin or these stocks and shares are the only investment, instruments where if you invest, the chances of it going up, doubling your money or quadrupling or 10 times more, is only stuff like this, right? Like I remember when the property boom was going on in UAE, and for example, Emaar or Nakheel, which are 2 of the biggest real estate companies, when they were selling their properties, even properties that were not even built, not even the foundation was dug up, but they were selling brochures, or this building will come up here in the future and it will have 20-30 floors. Imagine, like for example, think this was a desert and they are saying that we will build a building here, it will be a skyscraper, and they show you amazing brochures and computer graphics and videos. You could just set up a stall here or a temporary porta cabin office, and people would line up. They would wait like 2 days or 3 days in advance, or there would be a line almost 1 kilometer long of people with bags of money, with checks, ready to book 10%. They'll book the flat. Why? Because they book the flat at, say, $1,000. And if the price goes up, they can sell for 5,000, 10,000. So easy money. Everybody wants to make easy money. Everybody. And this human tendency will never go. And there's something for nothing, no? I think I realized when I was leaving UAE, to go back to, leaving UAE to move to Thailand. I had so many things which are expensive, like my triathlon cycle, my running shoes, and most of this stuff was never touched. It You're talking of very, very expensive stuff. You know, people wanted, for example, my running shoes, Adidas Ultra Boost, that time which I purchased. I remember I purchased it for, I think 990 dirhams. Never used. A guy from the address hotel wanted to come and meet me. He was staying at the address hotel. He was driving a Maserati. Just imagine, Maserati, guy staying in an address hotel. He came to buy the shoes. Do you know how much he was willing to pay for the shoes? He checked the shoes, everything. I told him at least 600. Okay, it was 900, brand new, purchased a month ago. This is 600, or he was only ready to pay 100. Just imagine, 100. Finally, I managed to get it for 150. A rich guy. This is the state of affairs of people who show that they are rich, but they are so fucking stingy. I mean, it's unbelievable. That something for nothing mentality is more of a reflection of what Bitcoin is. You put and you get 10 times, 20 times, 100 times. Who doesn't want that easy money? And best part is, look at human beings who take lottery tickets. They parade this as a wow achievement. No, it's fucking just you being lucky, man. It's like gambling. You win, you win. So that's the first one. I've written the points here, so I remember. The second trait about Bitcoin is people really, really want to believe their own bullshit. Now, what do I mean by this? Okay. Ask any Indian which country does he think is the greatest. He'll tell you India. Ask any Pakistani which country is the greatest, he'll say Pakistan. Ask any American which is the greatest country? America. Russian, same Russia. Now, what is the truth? Who's telling the truth? Each person would like to believe his country is the greatest, right? Okay, that's called patriotism. Same way, try with religion. Ask a Muslim which is a true religion. Ask a Christian which is a true religion. Ask a Hindu which is a true religion. What is the answer you'll get? So, we live in a day and age where everyone likes to believe only their shit is the best. Nobody else. Only my shit. Indians all say, oh, we Indians, we fucked you and this and that. And Pakistan, in a cricket match, Pakistan, oh, we fucked you. That blind kind of belief that you are the best. Christians believe their religion is true. Muslims believe their religion is true. Muslims want you to convert and come to their team. Christians want you to convert and come to their team. In the same way, this Bitcoin is nothing but a same kind of cult following, where people who get into it want to believe. They really want to believe, yes, this is the best system. This is the best future-proof investment. This is what will save us. This is what will rise. This is what will rule the world. The entire world, the economies, the government, the banks, all will collapse. Only Bitcoin will survive. So, when you understand the human psychology of wanting to believe and buy into their own bullshit, you realize Bitcoin is more or less the same. I have not met a single guy who is invested into Bitcoin who didn't believe in it. And oh my goodness, they will give you all the reasons why Bitcoin will take over. Unbelievable stuff. Which comes to point number 3. Now, it's a piggyback of point number 2. And over here, try this. Speak to anybody who is into Bitcoin. And I can assure you this, the person who is into Bitcoin is an expert. Just go on YouTube. How many experts are there? How many experts will tell you Bitcoin is going to go to $50,000, $100,000, $200,000, 1 million? People are so good, such experts. All these experts now have popped up. Why? Because Bitcoin is at its peak. Okay. And yes, they will also tell you that Bitcoin is not yet reached its peak. It's going to go to $100,000 by this year. So now everyone's an expert. But the minute Bitcoin crashes, goes down, or the value goes to 20,000 or 10,000, these experts, nobody will pay attention to them, but then they'll change their tune. They'll say, no, the market has moved, now it's the time to buy. They'll suddenly change their narrative. But they'll still believe what they want to believe, and they'll be experts. They are the industry experts. I've yet to meet a person who's into Bitcoin who's not an expert. In fact, under my videos, so many experts are there. What the fuck, you know, ha ha ha. Why would Tesla, why would Elon Musk, why would those, Facebook brothers, whatever their name is, can't get their name. Why would they invest? Yeah, because they are shitloads of money, man. And for them, they are taking a gamble. They can afford to lose this money. You can't afford to put the amount of money they are putting. And if you put even remotely close to what they are putting and you lose, you are finished. For them, they will not be finished. They have enough and more stocks and shares and residual income that is left. And just because 3 people or 4 people or 10 people or whatever, the number of people, just check around you how many people are there. Out of that, check how many are doing Bitcoin. You might be the only one. So just because you're the only one who does it doesn't mean you'll succeed. We like to believe that we are the expert, we are right, nobody else is right, only we are right. Same, no? Same like religion, same like my country is great. So everyone's an expert on Bitcoin also. Oh, Bitcoin will succeed because, and they'll give you expert reasons. In fact, I even get 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds giving me advice on Bitcoin. Staying in their mummy, daddy's small little room, house. They'll give me advice on life, on investment, on commodities. When I ask them, what is your net worth? Silence. Oh, yeah. Sorry, that is confidential. Yeah, sure. Some of them don't even have a fucking passport to travel. Forget, even if they had a passport, they can't travel unless they take mummy, daddy's permission. Forget the money to travel. And these are the experts, internet experts. Google.com, And point number 4. Point number 4 is, once again, a piggyback of point number 3. Remember I told you, Google.com. People, see today on Google.com, no? You can search for an answer and you'll get exactly the answer you're looking for. Let's say, for example, if I type why Islam is a true religion, I'll get exactly why Islam is a true religion. If I type why Christianity is real, I'll get all the reasons why Christianity is real. If I type why drinking cow urine or camel urine heals the body of diseases, I'll get only those blogs, those websites that endorse this. Now let's flip the switch and I type why Islam fails to explain or why Islam is an extreme religion or whatever. I'll get exactly that. If I type the failures of Christianity, I'll get exactly that. If I type why cow urine is debunked, I'll get exactly that. So now I'll get, if I want for, I'll get all the arguments for. If I want against, I'll get all the reasons for against. So now the question is, who is right? Is for right or is against right? See, to answer this, I use a very simple analogy. I follow a very simple policy, at least for me personally. After I have a theory that makes me believe in something, I think of all the reasons why I can prove my own argument wrong. And I try to become my own worst enemy. And I think logically. And I evaluate what is going around. For that, you need a little bit of common sense. You need to have the, spatial ability to discern the right from wrong and slight bit of awareness. These come with only years of experience and failure and pain, and otherwise you cannot. So like for example, Bitcoin. Now, I'm pretty sure you'll say, Loy, you can be wrong about Bitcoin. I'll tell you why I'm not wrong. I'll tell you why exactly. Okay? And it's not because I was Google searching. There's nothing related to Google search. When I knew about Bitcoin, I didn't Google search anything. But today, without giving you a single google.com, see, I'm walking outside in the sun. Without giving a single google.com fact, I'll give you simple common sense. Okay, which you cannot, I challenge you, without google.com, prove me wrong. Number one, what all can you buy with Bitcoin right now? What all can you buy? Can you buy tea, coffee? Can you buy groceries? Can you pay water, electricity bill? Can you pay school fees? Can you pay all this? With only a Bitcoin, not currency, with Bitcoin. You can't. You can only pay if you change the Bitcoin to a currency. So technically, this is not a currency. They say cryptocurrency. It's not a currency. It's an imaginative value that you have given to something that is digital, and you have put actual currency for it. Okay? That is first one. So I didn't use google.com for this. The second one is, how many governments right now, have recognized this as an actual currency which they are willing to do business with? How many governments? India, China, USA. Can you take a Bitcoin and go to these government entities and transact? Can't, right? You can only Bitcoin in the like stocks. Exchange it for cash, correct? Okay. And last but not the least, the last and final question. This once again, I didn't use google.com. You remember the price jumped up from whatever it was, 20,000, went to 50 or 58 or 60,000. What has Bitcoin done to merit such a jump? What has it done? Explain to me, what has it done? What has Bitcoin done to become so valuable? It's like, for example, I have this piece of paper which is $5, and then you don't buy it. After 1 week you come and I say, this is $5,000. So from $5, this paper has become $5,000. How? What made it so precious? Can you answer? You'll say, yeah, that is a demand and supply. Yeah, that is all imaginative, right? It's all in people's heads, right? It's what they believe that this is worth, right? So this is what I'm telling you. Use common sense. And that is the problem. Common sense is not common. People just want to believe what they want to believe. And this is the worst part. It's choosing information where you're biased. And that is a very dangerous thing, I'll tell you that. And I can assure you this much, all these people who are arguing, talking and all that, where have they made millions and billions? They have not made any millions and billions. They have just made maybe $10, $20, $50. There are some heroes who are saying, oh, I made $50,000 and $100,000. The people who actually make money don't talk. Just keep quiet and make money. They don't go around bragging and showing off. The people who brag and show off and put it online, they never made money in the first place. And last if not the least, the final point. What Bitcoin shows you about human beings. It comes down to one thing. Greed always overtakes need. What is Bitcoin? Tell me. What is Bitcoin for? Is it like water? No. Is it like food? No. It's like something that has been created, that people have given value. And now people with their actual money are buying this thing which is created online with numbers and maths. And they are putting their hard-earned money into this. Now the question is why? Why? Because I can make some money. So if Bitcoin was there or not there, would you survive? Yes. So it's not a need. By default, you and I know it is not need. So then what is it? It is greed. If it's not need, it's a greed. If it's not a need, it's a want, right? You want it. It's like you can live without a Samsung Fold. You can live without an iPad, right? Yeah. But why do you want an iPad and all that? Maybe you can have a smaller tab. What do you want? Like for example, me, I bought the fastest computer for my gaming this thing. Was that a need? No, that was not a need. Because I survived all these years without it. Today, I have made money through my hard work by saving money. For a full year, I saved money. What I could go outside, what I could buy things. I saved that money and I bought it. So is that need? No. Is that a want? Yes. Is that greed? Yes, you can say that's greed. But the only difference is why it doesn't qualify completely as greed, because I can't sell this to make more money, or it's not like this price will shoot up to from whatever I purchased, let's say $7,000, can't sell it for $70,000. That is where Bitcoin, you buy it for $7,000 and people are hoping that they can sell it for 7 million. Why do you think people are buying Bitcoin? People are not buying Bitcoin so that they can purchase a house, a car. People are buying Bitcoin, so I bought it for 7,000. I can sell it for 70,000, 700,000, 7 million. So what is that? Easy money? Isn't that easy money? And what does that come down to? Which human characteristic? Greed. Tell me, where else does it make sense? You give $1 and someone gives you $1,000 or $10,000 back. Stupidity, right? But it's justified because of greed. It's like gambling. You go to a casino and you're putting this one coin, you'll get easy money out. So these are the 5 characteristics of human beings, these traits that I've learned and discovered through studying Bitcoin. You know, and I'll tell you this, if not Bitcoin, something else. Because people always, this nature of theirs will never change. They'll always want easy money. They'll always want easy success. They'll always want to live a easy life by working the least. Why do you think people come to me? Loy, can you help me with a job? I want a $20,000 salary. I have no money, Loy, help me. What they want? Great service for free. Like that guy who drove a Maserati, $900 shoes, ready to pay only $100, brand new. That's how the world we are, and that's the world we live in. Don't think for a minute Elon Musk is a philanthropist who believes in the betterment of mankind for free. Betterment of mankind is the message, but he makes billions for this. Billions. It's not a dumb fuck. It's not Mother Teresa. Even Mother Teresa was a nut job, a deluded nut job. For the sake of Christ, would reuse syringes, would make sure that you suffer so that you go to heaven, and you sleep on the ground. All the money that she got, what did she do? She gave it to the church. She didn't use it for the poor. Why do you think people left? Didn't work for her. Anyway, going to another topic. So anyway, these are the 5 points. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think I'm right? Do you think I'm wrong? You know, put them in the comment section below. Love to hear from you. You guys take care.